my back, you know. No, I'm just kidding. My name's William Yazzie. People call me William Yazzie. I'm a retired park ranger from Chelly, National Mine. I am from here, and I do this. I've been doing this ever since high school. You know, doing music, drumming and singing, and then what I know was given to me by my father, my late father, and I shared that with the world essentially, and then pass that on to my children and my grandchildren. I have 2 grandchildren, and that's basically my background. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the music portion of my presentation. Navajo people sing music of all sorts. They sing ceremonial songs, healing songs, but I don't sing any healing songs here tonight or ceremonial songs because they stay in proper settings. What I do sing tonight are social songs, social music, and mainly love songs. And these are songs that are sung by anybody, men, women, children. And then Navajo people also sing other various songs, daily activity songs, such as songs for rug weaving, songs for jewelry making, songs for the home, what's inside the home, what's outside the home, for livestock, songs for travel. There's a song for everything in the Navajo way. And then Navajo people sing children's songs as well. I remember the very first children's song that I ever learned. It was called 10 Little Indians. But I've been singing and drumming since I was about 5, and I'm about 5'8" now. And so I'm going to sing several songs for you. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll kind of loosen up my vocal cords here a little bit.
He was chewing something.
My cough drop away. Okay, this first song, sometimes called a horse riding song because it mentions riding a horse. But it's not really for riding a horse or a horse riding song or travel. It's kind of a love song, and the words in the song, it's a young guy talking to a young girl, and he's telling her, I came a long ways on my horse just to come and see you. Now you don't want to talk to me. Why? That's basically what he's saying in the song. And reason why it's called a horse riding song, because, back in the trading post days, the trading post owner would be inside working with the Navajo people, trading back and forth, and then outside he'd hear singing. So he'd look outside the window and see a young man riding a horse down the road singing a song. He said, oh, that must be a horse riding song. So the young man is just practicing because he's on his way to a social event where there's dancing involved, dancing and singing involved. So that's how some of these things, some of the things that Navajo people have and do have English names that come from the trading post era. So this is sometimes called a horse riding song. I tried singing that on a horse one time, but I ran out of quarters. You know, one of those quarter horses.
They have very well adapted to our humor, right?
Just This next song is a song that my late father composed a long time ago, and I always honor him with one of his songs in my presentations. So this next song is a love song, but it doesn't have any words. It's all chanting or vocables, as we call them. In a song that has words, it's mostly chanting, small set of words, chanting, small set of words, chanting, and that's repeated 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, depending on how long the singer wants to make it. This next song doesn't have any words, it's all chanting, and it was composed by my father. I honor him with one of his compositions, and it's from him that I learned how to sing. He took me places. He took me to social events and ceremonies and dances and such, Indian dances and such. Always took me with him. And sometimes, I'd rather stay home and hang out with my buddies and do graffiti and such. But I'm glad he took me with him all the time, because it's from him that I learned to sing and drum. And it's something I share with people all over. I've been to Europe twice. I've been to the Pacific Islands and here in the U.S., here and there, all over the place. And so it's my gift to the people and to my children and my grandchildren. So this is my father's song, and kind of has a little bit of an Apache twang to it. Like this next song, for example. See, Navajo people are livestock raisers. There is horses, cattle, goats, sheep, gerbils. So Navajo people are livestock raisers. And this young man, he's talking to a young girl in the song. This young man has a small herd of goat and sheep, and he's very proud of his little herd. This is his worldly belonging. This is what he has to offer. And each day, he lets them out of the pen and lets them graze. And then in the evening, puts them back in the pen, pens them up to protect them from predators and such. And so that's his daily routine. That's what he does every day. And he's very proud of his little. He gives his little goat and sheep all the TLC he believes that they need. Well, one day he met this girl, and he fell in love with her, and he asked her to marry him, and she said no. And so he's upset, he's mad, he wants to get back at her. And so he's singing, he's talking to her in the song. He tells her, I asked you to marry me and you said no, so now you're not going to have this. And he's talking about his little herd. And so, I like to put a little realism into my presentation sometimes. That's right. So here's this guy's losing all his legs. Anyone for a leg of lamb?
He's old, he's tired.
A little family support there. Okay. So he's talking to her in the song, and he tells her, I asked you to marry me, and you said no, so you're not going to have this. He goes on to tell her in the song, this would have been your herd, your own herd. We would have shared it. And eventually, one of them will become your favorite. Maybe this little goat right here with the stripes on his face. And you give it a name, something like Stripe Face. And you take them up, take the herd out, and let them graze and separate a little striped face from the rest, and then sing him a little song over here as he grazed, and then put him back with the rest, and then put him back in the pen, and pen them up, and together we'll watch over them all night long. But I asked you to marry me. He said, no, so you're not going to have this. That's basically what he's telling her in the song. You had to be there.
Thank you very much.